Yellows, everybody, and welcome to January's first Potent Prosperity call. Potent prosperity is a indication of a moon phase. So the third day after a new moon is Tritiya. Tritiya means third. The Tritiya carries carries energies of significant power because it is understood that from the third day to the full cycle of the full moon, the moon is now getting ready to take action on our behalf. And we too, in the waxing cycle, which is where we are right now, which is the cycle that leads up to the full moon, in the waxing cycle, mostly we have more energy because the waxing cycle is a masculine cycle. It is the outward cycle. It is the working, doing cycle. And then once full moon is over and we go into the waning cycle, that is the feminine cycle. It is the resting, planning, dreaming cycle. So the third day means that the energy to take action, to get it going, to do something is very high. And potent prosperity, because so far we've been using the energy of Tritiya to do a lot of money work. And I'm sure that today as well, we're going to be doing quite some money work. So the thing that I wanted to start with, because it is January, it is the start of the Roman calendar of 2023, I wanted to do some work around setting intentions. So if you notice, I'm saying setting intentions, making intentions. I'm not saying goals. How many of y'all have been working with goals? Y'all have goals, y'all work towards goals. How many of y'all? How many of y'all get excited about goals? So Jasmine says me, and Priya says it's 333 here, and the energy of the day is very, very 3. Jupiter, prosperity, blessings, friendships, childhood, childlike, playful. It's a very 3 energy day today. Liz says so, Olga says kind of, Ankita says most, and Ankita says goal-oriented. Oh, you're goal-oriented. Fantastic. Karen, the question was, how many of us work with goals? How many of us are goal-oriented, goal-centered? Katie says have goals, but not always excited about them. All right. So I'm going to give you and Kathy says no excitement around goals. And Jasmine says make goals but never follow with action. I'm going to tell you why today. And Deborah says not really. Asha says I'm not goal-oriented. Pat says yes, set goals, but are burdened when reviewing them, not too successful in achieving. And you will know why today. And Priya says only intentions for me. And Liz says sometimes disappointed by not making goals. Interesting. And Allison says goals can be jails, always targets, so you can reach beyond. So are you saying it's a good thing and it works for you, or are you saying it doesn't work for you? Is it not a jail? I'm going to give you all a sentence. You all tell me if it's an intention or a goal. Because, it gets tricky. But let me give it to you anyway. So I want to come first in class. Is this a goal? Is this an intention? Nishi, why do you say it's a goal? Kathy, why do you say it's an intention? Pat, why do you say it's an intention? Okay, we have a resounding agreement that it's an intention. Why is it an intention? And why does it feel so much like a goal? Yogita says it's a will. Karen says it's a goal. Karen and Nishi both say it's a goal. And Heidi says have an idea, make a commitment, often forget about it, but someday it will be fulfilled. And I'll tell you why this works for you, Heidi. And Pat says, want it. Excellent. Excellent. Okay, I'm going to give you another sentence. It is. I'm going to come back to this. Pat has got it. It's a trick question, says Lena. Well, it's a very subtle question, but hear the next part of this. I want to come first in class because I want my father to be proud of me. What have I just stated? Now, I have stated the reason. I'm going to give you the third sentence. And Asha says, goal, it's I have to. But I didn't say I have to. But you're right, Asha. Very good, very good. In a goal, this I have to starts happening. And that is why it doesn't work. I'm going to come there. First, the subtlety of intention and goal and why you need an intention before you can have a goal. I want to come first in class because I want my father to be proud of me because that will make me so happy. What have I stated? Is it an intention? Is it a goal? Voice is breaking. Okay, 1 second. Voice is breaking. You can leave now. 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 Also very good, Asha. Goal as it's outside of me. And Shah says intention. Here's the thing. Now I want is an intention. I will is a goal. I have to invariably becomes a pressurizing goal. My reason is also part of my intention. Why is my reason important? But because it will make me so happy. All intentions are about how you will feel. All goals are what you will do in order to feel that way. Yes, Karen, I have mentioned desire in this. First intention and then comes an action-oriented goal. That's correct. What, want, why, and the feeling. The feeling separates an intention from the goal. Feeling, therefore, also separates internal and external. All goals are external. All intentions are internal because all intentions come from desire. What is the desire? I want my father to be proud of me. I want to please my father. So desire lives in the sacral chakra, like very low in the body. Desire begins there, slowly moves up. In the stomach, the desire starts becoming preparation for action. Not action, preparation for action. It moves further up into the voice where we speak it. I'm going to win the marathon. Moves into the head where it becomes a goal. A goal, because it is external, always has a process. What is the process? How am I going to come first in class? I'm going to start studying 3 hours every day. I'm not going to bunk any classes. I am going to prepare for the exams. I am going to take tuitions in the subjects I am weak in. Asha, I'm so sorry. Is the voice still breaking? You can leave now, you can leave now, you can leave now, you can leave now. Okay, give me a moment. Give me a moment. Give me a moment. And check now. Is it better? Awesome. Awesome. What if it stays better? What if it keeps getting better and 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 better? Thank you, Pat. Thank you, Nishi. They have confirmed that it is better, and so has Heidi, and so has Karen. So this thing with intention, where your intention is internal, your intention is the articulation of a desire. A desire begins in the sacral, but there are those amongst us who can have desire in the head as well. For example, when you see somebody with a Mercedes Benz, you can see it and it can trigger something. I also want that. Jennifer Lopez has a bungalow with 11 houses and 32 bathrooms. I also want that. Oprah Winfrey's mansion is worth $85 million. I also want that. So you can also see and start having desire. At the same time, and that desire, by the way, can go the opposite way. Like I was explaining, from the sacral, preparation for action in the stomach, to the voice where you speak, I'm going to do this, it's going to happen, I'm going to make it happen, to the head where it gets broken down into a process. The head always forms the goal. When you see something you want and it goes straight into the head goes into the goal process. If it is not a genuine desire, the head will come up with solutions like, I have to make money. I want to make lots of money. But your desire could be, I want a $85 million mansion. When you are in touch with your desire and your intention, then you don't get hung up on the solution. Let me give you the same example again. I want to come first because I want my father to be proud of me, because that makes me so happy. Now, in the understanding that it makes me happy to please my father, I will now work in ways to please my father and not get hung up on coming first in class. Yes? Because is coming first in class the only way that my father, your father can be proud? There are ways to please our parents, our friends, our companions, our bosses, whoever it is that we may be having a desire around. But the moment we get into this, I want to come first because I want my father to be proud of me, because that will make me happy, and it only becomes I want to come first because that becomes the goal, you lose touch with your desire and your intention. When that happens, your goal will collapse. Not everybody has very clear-cut intention and desire, which is okay, because for some of us, we're only aware of the goal without being aware of the intention and desire. But those of us who are making goals because we saw something, because we heard something, that if it's not backed by the sacral desire and the intention, that goal will not happen. There is no joy in pursuing that goal. That goal will collapse. That goal will start becoming pressure. I should have come first. I should have come first. I've not yet come first. I'll never come first. I'm such a loser. I'm such a failure. Whatever I do, I'll never be good enough. You see? When the goal is authentic, it is backed by desire and intention. Intention is a right brain version of a goal. A goal is a left brain version of intention. You need both. If your intentions are not coming true, you have not set a goal. If your goals are not coming true, you are not in touch with your intentions. Because left brain, right brain are, this is a trick question. Left brain, right brain working together is balance. Excellent, Namrata. That is correct. When you are in balance, you will achieve everything you want, because balance means I'm not pushing myself and pushing myself and pushing myself and pushing myself and pushing myself. In balance, I am pushing, I am taking a step back. I am taking a step back, I am gathering the strength to run again. When we are not balanced, either we'll keep pushing ourselves or we'll stop taking action. We'll keep procrastinating, the opposite of pushing ourselves. Or we'll keep pushing ourselves, then we'll keep procrastinating. And we'll have weeks and months that will go by like this. Your intention is a must for your goal to succeed. Now, everybody doesn't break down intention into goal. Like Heidi said, right? Someday it will get fulfilled. Because it's okay. I have this desire. I'm going to do what I can around this desire. I don't have to have a fixed plan. I don't have to say by July 20th, 2026, this should be accomplished. It'll happen when it happens. So for some of us, the goal planning is open-ended. As in, I know this is what I want in my life, and I am going to do whatever I am doing right now to be reaching that finish line. For some of us, we want to break it down. We want to break it down into exactly what I will do today, tomorrow, next week, next month, next year, till July 2026. Both ways work. The thing is, you must be in touch with your intention. Your intention being repeated, being acknowledged, being expressed. Repeated, acknowledged, expressed. I've said the order incorrectly. I'll just change that. Your intention being acknowledged, expressed, repeated. A-E-R. Acknowledged, expressed, repeated will not only make things happen for you faster, they will also make sure that even if you're not a very goal-oriented, left-brain person, that some sense of planning and goal preparation begin to happen. You know what? By 4 p.m. tomorrow, I'm going to finish this presentation. This week, I'm going to make sure that I have finished sorting out my cupboard. But it all begins with the fire of intention. Your intention is your desire. Your desire is your why. You know why we give up? Because either we didn't have a why or we forgot our why. If you are struggling, for example, with money, let me give you one example of a goal and intention with money. I want to make lots of money. Now I've used the word I want. I want lots of money. I want lots of money because I want to buy that $85 million mansion. What is the intention? What is the goal? Which is the intention? Which is the goal? Feeling all like a goal? Jasmine, good thinking. So little trick question there, because I use the word buy. Now I want lots of money. Lots of money is external. Buy a house is also external. So I'm going to change this. What do I really want? I want a bigger house, is my desire. Now, I want a bigger house, but because I'm not in touch with my desire, and I said I want to buy this $85 million house because that becomes my goal, which then becomes my goal that I have to make lots of money, then if I'm not making $85 million, how good am I going to feel? I am not going to feel good at all, and I'm not going to rest till I've gotten $85 million. However, if I understand that my desire, my intention is to be in a bigger house, then it can happen from anywhere. Maybe I won't buy it immediately. Maybe I can rent it. Maybe it will be gifted to me. Maybe I will be asked to take care of a big house so that I will be in a big house for a while. And Heidi says, in September, I had the intention to live in the USA for 3 months. Expressed that to my husband and friends, started looking for accommodations, and since Jan 1st, I'm here in the US. Fantastic. Fantastic. Because it didn't become, I have to go and live in the USA for 3 months. It was, I want to go. I want to go, and told in a safe place to a husband who was also receptive to the idea. Acknowledged, I want to do this. Expressed to the husband, goal fell into place because you started looking for accommodation. Now that is planning, that is goal. Without knowing it, you entered goal work. And since Jan 1st, you have already manifested this. Rita says, intentions want more money, goal is mansion. It's the other way around, my love. Because money is external. Therefore, it is never an intention. It cannot be. So, how do you know what is your intention for money? Like Asha mentioned, money. I want money, I want more money, or I want lots of money because? What is your because? I want to come first in class because that would make my father proud of me, because that would make me so happy. What is my intention? My intention is I want to do things that please my father. Now, the moment I have understood that, I can think of 20 other things to do that will also please him. Instead of I have to come first in class. Because you may come first in class, why not? You could put in the work, the commitment, the dedication, you could come first in class. And what happens when you don't? In an intention, you can never go wrong. In a goal, you could feel terrible about not achieving it because all goals have deadlines. Right? By now, I should have been president of the galaxy. By 20, I should have been CEO of my own company. So like Shobna says, I intend to book an apartment worth $500,000 by end of March. Okay, so now you have made your goal your intention because you have given me something outside of you. Why do you want to do this by end of March? And you've given me deadlines. You've given me end of March. You've given me worth so and so. Like anytime you put me in boxes, it's a goal. And Sally says, I used to not voice my intention out of fear of being countermand. Sally, we're getting to the decree work on how we're going to use the decree to put down intentions. We're going to take care of this fear over there. Let me give you another word for intention. I choose. I choose to be happy today. Is this a goal? No, it's an intention. I choose to be good to my neighbors, even though they don't deserve it. Is this a goal? No, it's an intention. Like Jasmine says, I always dreamt of having a beautiful house by the lake, which last year manifested but came with new big problems. Why so? Because I was not specific enough with my intentions. It's a good question. So, first of all, congratulations. You and Heidi have manifested what you want. Every new level of your life will bring new challenges. Every new level. Whether it brings you a challenge with the manifestation itself, with the house itself, or whether it brings you a challenge in your health, whether it brings you a challenge in your support system, whether it brings you a challenge in your relationship, every new level is marked by a challenge. So the new big problem, was I not specific enough with my intentions? You could have said problem-free house, problem-free house by the lake. It could have made a difference, but something in the manifestation may require a payout. By payout, I mean this. Our lives, our bodies, are cupboards, right? When you put something in, something has to come out. When you take something out, something will automatically go in. It's a natural process. It's the balance of the giving and the getting. You got, Jasmine, but did you give? Or what you were supposed to give, you couldn't give. Every time, and this, by the way, is a big thing with lottery winners, right? The statistic is that lottery winners go back to how it was within 2 years or to a worse situation. All lottery winners. And this happens because when you get something that you don't know how to handle, you don't know how to keep it, you don't know how to do the giving after the getting. So Rhonda said, I want harmonious relationships. Now Rhonda said, I choose harmonious relationships. I choose to be harmonious in my relationships. Because here's the other thing about intention. An intention is very personal. I want this. I want to feel like this. It should happen for me. A goal is also about I, but invariably has hundreds of other non-controllables around. Like winning the Olympics. I want to win the Olympics. But as a goal, it is dependent on your coach. It is dependent on how you train. It is dependent on the weather that day. It is dependent on those you're racing against. There are many variables that take place in a goal because a goal is outside. Intention is internal, completely in our control, provided we have the desire. Because if your desire is not authentic, or if you have confused desire with goal, so for example, I want a bigger house, but you're now breaking your head over, I have to have more money, I'm not getting the money, there isn't enough money, what do I do for more money, which bank shall I break into, how can I win the lottery? It's over. This intention is not coming true. Yogita says, when you said choose, felt achievable. Absolutely. Shobna, okay, so I will sum it up for you. Some of our goals are not manifested because a goal must begin with intention. If your goal is just in your head because you saw somebody, you saw, let us say, what example shall I give? You saw Shah Rukh Khan with his wife outside his beautiful palatial bungalow on the seafront, and you said, I also want that. Maybe that was never your desire. If you have formed a goal without being in touch with desire, which makes an intention, your goal will collapse. It will seem unsurmountable, and you will also not have enough motivation to get cracking on it. But if you have the intention, if you have the desire and you're in touch with the desire, it will happen. So Smita says, I want to have money to pay all my loans and cover my son's education. Tell me why. I want to have money to pay all my loans and cover my son's education because. And Smita, just change the sentence to I choose and see how it's making you feel now. But tell me your because. Because your because is your why. Your why is your intention. What is the intention? I'll give you an answer, Smita. It may not be the correct answer, but because you don't want to be stressed, because you don't want to live a life of pressure, because you don't want to be worried for your child. Now the intention is not to have money to pay all my loans and cover my son's education. The intention is I choose to not be stressed and worried. I choose to trust that the universe has my back, will take care of my son, will give me ways to pay off my loans. You see what's happened? Any goal you have given to yourself must be a motivating one. How will it be motivating? If it's based in desire, if it's based in intention, and authentic intention and desire. Desire is always authentic. You cannot say, I desire this when you don't desire it. So, like Anki says, I choose to feel safe and have more than enough money, which is one intention and a goal. Because what you're saying, Anki, is that unless I have money, I won't feel safe. Just do the first bit. I choose to feel safe. I choose to feel safer and safer and safer and safer and safer and safer. And I promise you money will come. I guarantee you money will come. Rhonda, what about an intention for weight release? What is your because? I want to release weight because? Why do you want to release weight? Sasha says, say I desire someone and I'm very much in touch with my intention and desire. Do I need to do anything? Because that's what's coming to me. Just sit back and relax. Just sit back and relax. Although you desire someone, so it's outside of you. Why do you desire them? I desire someone because I feel good around them. I desire someone because they have lots of money. I desire someone because they have lots of money, because that means that I don't have to work for the rest of my life because I detest working. What is your intention? That I have a life without having, that I have a good life without wanting to work. Can you see this, my darlings? Can you work backwards? Just do the because. And Rhonda says to feel confident and healthy in my body. So Rhonda, just say, I choose to feel confident and healthy in my body. And then tell me what is the goal that comes to your mind. Try it, Rhonda. Pat says, I choose vibrant health because I don't want to suffer from illness. So your intention is that I choose not to suffer. Because you see, I choose vibrant health is a solution. Your intention is to not suffer. You see? Now, the moment you have an intention not to suffer, you will treat yourself differently. You will behave differently. Because, my darlings, for anything you want to manifest in your life, it's like Arnold Schwarzenegger said, there's no other secret except reps, repetition. You want to, so for example, if you want to feel vibrant, You want to feel attractive, then you got to live attractive, you got to feel attractive, you got to eat attractive, you got to sleep attractive, you got to think attractive. Your reps must be single-minded commitment to what it is you desire. You can say, I am attending so many workshops because I have this desire for money, but money cannot be the desire because it's outside of you. Why do you want the money? So I will tell you about Akash. And Akash wanted to work on a goal of about, somebody quickly do it in $1 million, for a goal of about 75 lakh rupees. 75 lakh rupees is 7,500,000. And for 75 lakh rupees, and he said, this is my goal, but it is not happening. And I have spent the last 6 years just trying to get 75 lakh rupees. 7,500,000 I've been trying to get. So I said, why do you want it? Tell me your because. What is your because? Because I want to travel one whole year without thinking about money. So what is your goal? Your goal is not 75 lakhs. Your goal is I want to travel a whole year without thinking about money. That is your goal. It has taken some time, I will say that. But Akash travels abroad every 3 months. He has not gotten 7,500,000 rupees. Your goal must be based on your intention. And intention creates a goal, fuels the goal, empowers the goal. You cannot just have a goal. And you can never have a goal that somebody else has for you, because that's not your intention, that's somebody else's intention. Like this mother who just wants her son to come first. Her son is brilliant at theater, at singing. In fact, there are times where he's composing music and he's barely 13. But for her it is, he must come first, he must come first. He must do well in academics. His friends are doing so well in academics. Yeah, all this is fine. We'll put him in Trinity when we have to. But he has to come first. That child is never going to come first his whole life because it is not his desire. His desire is to have an easy life at school so that he can go for his guitar classes for 4 hours in the evening. That's his desire. So Pat says, can I choose healing? By all means, but tell me why. What is your because? See, you're choosing healing. Healing becomes a solution. You choose a solution, please do. But what is your because? Trupti says, I want to lose weight because I want to be healthy. Why do you want to be healthy, Trupti? I know, sounds silly, right? Why do you want to pay off your loans? What is your because for wanting to pay for your son's education? What is your because for wanting to shed weight? What is your because for wanting to desire somebody? It sounds so silly to ask, right? But my lovelies, all of us over the last many, many centuries, we are not in touch with our bodies. We are not in touch with our sacral. Our sacral is also the seat, the first seat of power, the first seat of Shakti, the seat of divine feminine. In the way that it is a man's world, we have gone straight to the head, because the head is masculine. We've gone straight to the head and said, this goal, this goal, this goal, this goal. But what is your secret power? Your secret power is your secret desire. And you can have desires that say, I never want to work a day in my life. I just want to binge watch Netflix and eat potato chips without putting on weight. You can have desires like that, and it's okay. Because the moment you have acknowledged, expressed your desires, something is going to happen. It is not possible for the spoken word to not change lives. Your own, when you speak yourself. Somebody said it is not safe for me to express to somebody else. Don't express to anybody else. Some people shouldn't. Truly, everybody is not meant to be sharing their dreams and desires with everybody. Some of us have learned that it is better to keep it within us. There is a bigger chance of it fructifying, but you can express it to yourself. You can stand at a window and say it. You can stand under a shower and say it. And then you can keep saying it. Success is reps, 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 reps. Repetitions, repetitions, repetitions. Rita says, I choose to have a cultural center so artists can have a platform to exhibit. Why? See, cultural center is outside of you. Artists are definitely outside of you. Platform is outside of you. You have used the intention word for a goal. You have not told me your because. Because I'll tell you what will happen. So, very, very dear friend of mine, and we'll call her G. So G has had a similar dream, wanting to do something for the tribal women of India, especially tribal women who make saris. Like her dream has been to have this traveling exhibition where she will take all the all the saris that are indigenous to us, therefore fabric that is indigenous to us, and exhibit them on behalf of these tribes, these tribal women. And it's been 15 years, she hasn't done it. So when I say, G, what's stopping you? What is your why? What is your because? She doesn't know it. She only knows, I would love to do this. I want to do this. When you don't know your why, when you don't know your desire, when you don't know your intention, it will not happen. It will only keep getting delayed. So Jasmine says, my question is actually how to formulate an intention so I don't attract unexpected challenges and problems. I'm coming there, Jasmine. That when you do formulate an intention, what is the reaction to that? Like Sally says, I want a mate because I want good company. And the intention is to not be alone. The intention is that I don't want to feel how low and depressed I feel because I'm alone. So what is your intention really, Sally? I don't want to feel low and depressed. I don't want to feel isolated, abandoned, and alone. Because I want good company is external, therefore it is not intention. And Susan says, I choose to feel free to do, have, and be whatever I want without lack of money. Nice. Although you have mixed up intention with goal. Give me a pure intention. So I choose to feel free because I want to experience freedom, because I want to stop feeling so restricted and jailed and imprisoned by all these other accountabilities and responsibilities and burdens and expectations and judgments I'm dealing with on a daily basis. Yes? Is what's going on? The moment you say, I choose to feel free to do, have, and be whatever I want without lack of money, and you confuse the intention with the goal, you are going to feel tight. Just say, I choose to feel free. And Pat says, I want a soulmate because I don't want to be lonely. Beautiful. Break it down further. What is the problem in being lonely? Again, right? Seems so silly to ask, as if I don't know what is the problem in being lonely. But you got to break it down, my darling, because I'm sending you to your sacral. I'm not asking you to tell me what's happening in your head. I'm asking you to go down, 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 because the down is what's going to make things happen for you. Ankit says, what we do then to get the why, are there any way to figure the why? Yeah. The word is because. I do this because I don't know what else to do. I do this because my mother told me to. I do this because I'd be lost without it. I'd be lost without it because I'm not sure I'm in touch with my authentic desires. What is your intention then? I choose to be in touch with my authentic desires. Authentic desires is an oxymoron. Desire means it will be authentic, but it sounded good to say authentic desires, so I'm just saying it because the way a lot of us function right now is with inauthentic desire, right? The one that gets formed in the head. The head is not for desire. The head is for ego. I also must have this big mansion because I also want to be able to tell the world I'm better than Oprah or as good as Oprah. The ego game is, well, it's true for all of us, but it doesn't work, my darlings. Rita says, because I would like to do something for the artist. Again, it's outside. Because why would you like to do something for the artist? Are you an artist who nobody did anything for? My friend G, she's an artist. Are you an artist who is not allowed to be an artist? Are you an artist who had to go do a corporate job for money? Swati says, I choose to shed weight because it will make me attractive and be fit. Why do you want to be attractive and fit? And one more time, disclaimer, my darlings. However silly it sounds for me to ask, why do you want to be attractive and fit? Because attractive and fit, again, right? It's an I thing. Like if I see this attractiveness, I want this attractiveness. But why? Because I want to feel good about myself. Now I choose to feel good. I choose to feel attractive. And remember, my darlings, what is reps? You have to live it, you have to breathe it, you have to sleep it, you have to eat it, you have to dance it, you have to sing it, you have to bathe it. You have to live like that. And you cannot unless you are acknowledging, expressing, and repeating. How many of us have goals or thought we had goals or thought we had intentions, but we forgot about them? We remember only here and there, like today we are remembering what our intentions and goals are. That is also not a way. A marathon trainer cannot remember to go for training on the 7th day because somebody reminded them. You have to live your intention. What does it mean when I say eat it, drink it, sleep it, sit it, stand it, walk it, bathe it? You have to be one. You have to have that commitment, that dedication, and it will happen. It will happen in the acknowledgement, expression, and repetition. You don't have to force yourself. Moment you're forcing yourself, you have gone into a inauthentic goal. You know, when you have a goal that says, I want to come first in class, it must excite you. Does it excite you to say these things? I want to shed weight. Does it excite you to say it? Sally says, I don't feel low or depressed. I'm so sorry, Sally. I do not mean to say I was speaking on your behalf. I was completing a because. I just expressed a desire to share life. Break it down further. I desire to share life because I have so much to share. Is that, break it down. Anki says, so basically play why and because, remember this game. Something like that. Shah says, I choose to sell this house because I wish to move out from being stuck here forever. Oh my God, Shah, what is this? What is this, my darling? My darling. I was going to say, my girl, my lovely, my darling. And it all came out. Blah, blah, blah. So what is this, my girl? Is this an intention? Is this a goal? What is this? You have given me move out, stuck here forever, sell this house. There are so many conflicts in here that I guarantee, however hard you've been trying to do this, it is not happening. So Lena says, is intention always the feeling? Intention comes back to the feeling because desire is a feeling. Desire is an emotion. Your intention is always based on desire. Again, if you create an intention in your head, it can come down. The journey is sacral to stomach to throat to third eye. You can, in your third eye, which is your prefrontal cortex, which is a very unique system of consciousness and awareness available only to the human species, to some extent the dolphin species. Over here, if you make an intention, so for example, you may realize your behavior has been hurting somebody, and your desire is that I hurt people. You can have that desire. You can have a desire for revenge. That your desire is to hurt people because I'm so unhappy and distressed, and I'm doing so much in the world, and these people are just continuously taking and taking and taking from me. So I'm just going to attack now. I'm just going to hit back now. I want them also to see how it feels when somebody starts taking instead of giving. You can have that desire. And then in your head, you can see, you know what, I didn't enjoy very much seeing them feel bad. So you can make an intention in your head that I want to be a better person, that I want to heal this so that I don't cause pain to others, so that I'm not dumping my pain on others, so that I feel like a good person. But you have to remind yourself, because now from your third eye, it has to go to your throat, has to go to your stomach, has to go to your sacral. It takes longer. Anything you start in the head is harder and will take longer. The things that happen through the head that work are because you are being fueled by the desire and intention from the sacral. Rita says, because it will make me feel happy. So Rita, your intention is, I want to feel happy. I choose happiness. From there, however it becomes your goal, you may find yourself having other goals. Because when you say, I choose to be happy, I choose to feel happy, I choose happiness, you may start realizing that more than wanting to set up a platform, you actually want to contribute to an NGO who's already doing this. Either your goal will get confirmed, or your goal will adapt, or your goal will disappear. Alison says, how to proceed if not able to get to the feeling? Impossible not to get to the feeling if you're doing the because and you have an active mind, which you do because you're on this call. If you ask because as a question, your mind will give you an answer. It will take you somewhere. It will take you deeper and deeper and deeper. Sally says, I desire to share life because I don't want to grow old alone. Wonderful. Now there's a feeling there. No? The scary feeling that I might grow old alone. There's scaredness there. Therefore, what will be your intention? I choose to not grow old alone. In the decree work, no, don't, not, all works. I don't have to make it an affirmative because the universe understands. Alison says, I desire to have a steady income and funding so I can create my healing center and NGO so I may assist people to heal. Because I want to assist people to heal because, and I'm sure you're assisting people anyway. Like Alison, what you've mentioned is a goal. Why do you want to assist people to heal? Alison says, because I want to make a difference. A difference to whom? So I'll give you another sentence for that, Alison. Because I want to be useful, because I want to be somebody as opposed to being nobody, because I want to be important, because I want to have credibility. Break it down even further, because I want to make a difference. Why do you want to make a difference, Alison? I want to make a difference because nobody cared about my healing, but I care about everybody else's healing. Shah says, I want to sell this house because I wish to have a lot of money. Why do you want to have a lot of money, Shah? Sasha says, does daydreaming take you deeper and deeper? The very nature of daydreaming does not take you deeper, because daydreaming takes you on its own trip. To go deeper, you have to ask the because and the why. The why as a question, not as a judgment. Not why is this happening to me? Or why is this not happening to me? God is so unfair. Life is so not where you've already assumed an answer. You ask, why is this happening? Why is this not happening? Or you answer it yourself. This is not happening because. And Shah says, I love to feel free. Shah, that is your intention. Now please say, I choose to feel free. And you see what starts happening for your house and money. Just say it one time. I choose to feel free. How did it make you feel? Alison says, because I want to feel loved. Fantastic, superb, excellent. I choose to feel love. I choose to feel loved. Just say it. And Shah says, free. See, you've already achieved it. Your house is not sold. That more money will come, hasn't come yet, but you have already achieved your goal. I will tell you this, my darlings, when you work with your intention, it is impossible to feel like a loser and failure. It is impossible to feel like a disappointment, which happens when you put down inauthentic goals. And I'm using the word inauthentic because you could have authentic goals. You could be in training for that marathon. You could be in training for that NASA workshop. But if you have something in mind and it's not happening, you are not in touch with your because. You are not in touch with your sacral. Your sacral is your first seat of power. Not that the root is not a seat of power, it is. But the root is the seat of power that makes the power of the sacral create things in life. Okay, now I'm going to do the intention with the goal. Even though we've broken it down, and we've broken it down, people. Those of y'all who had very clear cut, I want to sell this house, I want to have a NGO, I want to do this platform, I want to find the soulmate. All of y'all who had this result in mind, now I want you to combine it with the word I choose. First of all, check, is it still true? Or has a new goal come because you already have gone to the pureness of the desire? I choose freedom. I choose to feel free. I choose to feel happy. I choose to feel light. I choose to feel healthy. I choose health. I choose love. I choose happiness. Sasha, you're going to have to give me a reference to this sentence. How they make me feel. Is that the desire for someone? Is that what you're referring to? Like Asha is now saying, I choose to feel free, nurtured, and supported. Fantastic. Now check what your goal is. Your goal is how you will make this happen. You can leave it up to the universe. It also works. I choose to feel free, nurtured, and supported. I do this by. How will you do this, Asha? Number one, I do this by repeating my intention. Number one. Number two, Sally says, I choose to go to Kuwait. to sit under a waterfall and feel free. Okay. But see what you're saying in that, Sally. What you're saying is that unless I go to Kuwait and sit under a waterfall, I won't feel free. You see what you've done? You've restricted your life possibilities. I have this really funny manifestation. It's very cute also. So one of my friends, he loves children, just adores children, and he's not in a relationship, doesn't want to be as well. He's one of those who lives off family money, doesn't really have a sense of responsibility, but loves children. One of his biggest desires is to have girl children who he's going to take care of. He's going to take them to school. He's going to bring them back from school. This is his dreams when he talks about it. He's going to sit with them. He's going to do homework with them. He's going to feed them. He's going to tuck them in at night. He's going to read them a bedtime story. Next morning, he will have breakfast on the table. This is one of his dreams. Like, it's so cute, right? And so in the chatting, so it was like, okay, so are you going to adopt? I mean, how are you going to make this come true? And he was like, I don't know. I just want this. I want this. I love children, and I want to take care of these girl children. So initially, he started attracting quite a few stray cats, stray dogs, started taking care of them. And then in the last 1 year, his maternal grandmother and paternal grandmother came to stay next door. They started falling little unwell. He now takes care of both of them, and they're in their 80s. I think one is in her 90s. And the older everybody is, right, they're children. There's trouble going to the loo. There's trouble walking. There's trouble getting them to sit and eat properly. There's trouble getting to take them for a walk. And I was joking with him, and I said, look at it. You did manifest it. And he was like, yeah. And they're so cute, and they're so adorable. They are my babies only. You see, that life will give you what you want when your desire is there. It may not give it to you the way that you want it, but it will bring it to you. And Anki says, whoop, this is dangerous. Well, it is dangerous only if you will not do something about it. He could have very easily done something with his life, found a partner, listened to his mother, met a few girls to get married, had children. He didn't do anything. So then the universe steps in the way the universe can step in only. Okay. Smita says, all right, my darlings, now decree work. You are combining the understanding of intention and adding the goal into it. I choose, where is it? I just had a sentence here. Yeah. I choose to earn monthly X amount because I want to contribute to my family. Yes? Got it? Everybody, please write down your I choose. I choose to feel free by going to Kuwait and sitting under a waterfall. Rosanil says, I'm in a long distance because of delay in the green card interview, so my intention is to live with my spouse in the US, or do I have to say that I choose to live with my spouse? You have to say, I choose to live with my spouse. But now I am going to give you the magic. Does everybody know that when you use decree, some magic takes place, some miracle takes place, an instantaneous shift takes place, like something opens, even explodes open. Everybody knows this? Yes? Give me a yes. Super. Nishi has said yes. And she's also given me a heart-eyed emoji. Susan's given me a yes. Meenakshi has given me a yes. Namrata has given me a yes. Fantastic. I am going to give you the decree that will make your intention come true faster. Okay. First of all is the I choose. Right? I choose to feel free. I choose to live with my spouse. I choose happiness. I choose to have my soulmate. I choose. Oh, Laura, Smita, Franz, Sasha, Heidi, Pat, Karen, Teresa, Anki, Lena, Asha, Smita, Katie, Yogita, everybody has said yes. Mwah, 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 mwah. Here's the sentence. And the sentence is, again, somebody now give me a fresh line, give me a fresh intention, and combine your intention with your goal. Or just give me your intention. So I choose to earn 1,500,000. Yeah, I choose to earn 1,500,000. And you must, Asha, put something in units there. Rupees, mangoes, apples, pebbles. You have to put a unit there. So I choose to earn 1,500,000. Anki says I choose to earn 3 lakhs. And lakhs is a unit in India only, so it is understood as rupees per month. I choose to attract a loving partner. I choose to earn X amount monthly. Yes, I choose to feel free, content, and excited. And just in choosing, by the way, something has already opened. But here's the next sentence. A couple of y'all brought up how I don't want to say it to somebody else, and please don't. Somebody else also brought up, and I said I'll address it later. So sorry, I'm not being able to remember the exact sentence, but I'm addressing it right now. And that is, the sentence is, it's not so hard. Please take out your notebooks. Write down all of these, whichever are yours, I mean. I choose to earn $20,000 per month. USD, so US dollars per month. Please write this down and say, it's not so hard. We'll catch you on the replay, Trupti. See you then. I choose to earn 1,000 rupees monthly. It's not so hard. Don't change the order. Don't say it's not hard. It's not so hard. And just see how it makes you feel. And Alison says, wow, so light and immediately achievable, right? And Asha says, I smiled while writing. Isn't it amazing? It's not so hard. Give me one more intention. Give me a goal now. Give me something completely outside of you. Provided you have understood that it must come from authentic desire. And Yogita says, makes me feel free and open to receive, which is what you want. There is no goal you can accomplish without support, without resources, without opportunities, without somebody being able to have your back. You have to stay open because we all need help to achieve. So Asha says, I want to be a success model within 6 months. It's not so hard. Pat says, I'm retired, so I don't earn income. Can I say I choose to receive 500,000? Say it and then say it's not so hard. Now, here's the thing that can happen when your reality is not matching what you're saying, right? Like Pat says, I don't earn an income and I'm saying I choose to receive 500K. What will happen? Conflict is not believable. So what will you say, Pat? You will say, it's not so unbelievable. Try it. And Lena says, writing in my decrees book, mwah, 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 1,000, mwah, mwah, mwah. Everybody, you got to keep your decree notebooks, my darlings. By the way, tomorrow at 9:30 p.m. India time, 8 a.m. PT, we are going to be doing work around the belly and why the belly is so crucial for everything we want to achieve in our lives. Not that other things are not crucial, but the belly is extra crucial this year. You got to come for that call as well. It is actually a follow-up to this call, but those who are coming tomorrow are not on this call. So I'm going to have it separately. But because you're on this call, when you listen to tomorrow's call, it's going to make even more sense. And I choose to become slimmer. It's not so hard. Very good. It's not so in capitals, please, because it's a decree. The it's not so is a decree. And Asha says, I can write this for all intentions, right? You must. Because what is it? Acknowledgement, expression, repetition. Success is all about reps, 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 reps. It is never the fastest, the strongest, the smartest, the brilliantest, the beautifulest who win. It is the one who stays committed and consistent. Reps, 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 reps. Write it down 20 times a day, 10 times a day, 5 times a day. Chalo, okay, 1 time a day. But write it every day. The moment you have written it as part of your repetition, your manifestation chances have increased by 50%. 50%. This is not a small number. Some of the best times to do this work is from Tritiya to the full moon. And I'm going to give you those dates as well. From today to February 5th. Meaning, after February 5th, if you want to take it little easy, take it little easy. If you're doing 500 repetitions a day, you can do 5 a day or none a day. But from Tritiya to the full moon, you got to use this energy because the moon is supporting you. The waxing cycle of the cosmos is supporting you. 23rd February to 7th March. 24th March to 5th April. I've given it to you just for these 3 months. These days, you got to do your AER. Acknowledgement, expression, repetition. You will find, my darlings, in 3 days, guaranteed in 5 days, your goals are either going to start showing up. Like you can see your goals taking place. You can see that this phone call that has come at 7 p.m. on the 3rd day is going to take you towards your goal. Or your goals are just going to completely transform. These these phases are the phases of Tritiya to full moon for January, February and March. I will say it one more time. 24th Jan, which is today, to February 5th. 23rd February to 7th March. 24th March to 5th April. Absolutely. Asha, you will get it in the replay. You will get a poster with these dates. And Pat says, started laughing when I wrote it's not so unbelievable, which is what you want. You want the laughter, the lightness, the joy. You want the openness. I will remind you again, my darlings, if your goal is pressurizing you, if your goal is making you feel heavy, if it's making you slouch, it is not authentic and it is not going to happen. Annette says, I choose to be healthy the rest of my lifetime. Annette, please write after that. It's not so hard. Alison says, I choose to find my perfect land for my retreat center. It's not so hard. It is not so hard. And Jasmine says, do we have separate intention for our ideal life and then intention for the immediate goal? Excellent question. Excellent question, Jasmine. So one of the ways that we transform the goal, the intention into the goal is by giving it deadlines. When I write, today I choose to work on my health. This year, I want to make $1 million. Sorry, $85 million. This year, this month, You have to do that. So you have to mention the day, the timeline first. Not I will do this today. It is today I. This month I. This year I. and you back it up with, it's not so hard. Sasha says, I choose to become slimmer. I choose to feel loved, safe, supported, secure by my significant person. And in the next 6 months, I choose to become an actress and earn 10 crore rupees or more. You didn't say or more, but I'm adding it. Underneath that, Sasha, please write, it's not so hard. Absolutely. And you wrote it here in the group. Excellent. But you write it in your book. You say it, you write it, you think it. Because what is the reps? What is reps, 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 reps? You think it, you live it, you eat it, you breathe it, you bathe it, you sleep it. You walk it, you sit it, you work it. You must have the warrior attitude, the sportsman spirit. You must have the trainer mentality. The example I gave you, if you are running for the marathon, if you're practicing for the marathon, you cannot remember to go training 7 days later. You have to live it. Every day you eat in a way that supports who you are as a marathon runner. You sleep in a way that supports who you are as a marathon runner. You drink in a way that supports who you are as a marathon runner. You do not party till 4 a.m. one day before the marathon. How will this happen? None of this is forcing ourselves. You continue with the intention and the acknowledgement expression, repetition, AER, it will happen organically. Next thing you know, you and your goal is single-mindedly running towards each other. Goal is also coming towards you. You are also going towards the goal. It is extraordinary how this happens, my darlings. In the Flatter Belly Challenge that we did in December, and even the time before that, we had people sleeping better, drinking better, eating better, fasting organically, moving to fruits better. No forcing. No forcing, no pressure, no compulsions, no expectations, no demands. It happened. And just like that, this will happen as well. Neetu says, I choose to have all my luxuries. It's not so hard. I choose to have my Jimmy Choo. It's not so hard. February, I choose to earn some few $1 million and travel. It's not so hard. It's not so hard must come in the second line. Even when you're sharing it here, when you're sharing it on the group, on a post, when you're writing it in your book, it's not so hard must come underneath it, and it's not so must come in capital. And Asha says, can we write these two together? It's not unbelievable. It's not so hard. Remember the so, my love. The so is the magic in this decree. It's not so unbelievable. It's not so hard. It's not so unachievable. It's not so scary. It's not so frightening. It's not so blocked. It's not so stuck. Write as many it's not so's as you wish. Absolutely, Chris, you can have more than one intention at one time. But remember the rule. The rule is acknowledgement, expression, reps, 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 reps. You will eat it, you will drink it, you will sleep it, you will live it. If I wake you up at 3 in the morning, you will say, I choose. It's not so hard, it's not so hard. You have to say that. Like it has to become cellular memory the way that negativity becomes cellular memory. It has to become cellular memory like trauma becomes cellular memory. It has to become cellular memory like abuse becomes cellular memory. Like that, you have got to find the rhythm to make this a no-brainer. What is a no-brainer? Meaning you don't have to think it, you are doing it anyway. I choose to buy my spacious, auspicious, luxurious house. It's not so hard. Yogita, don't put it in the same sentence. You write, it's not so hard. You post another post over here in the chat. It's not so hard. Teresa says, I choose to have a new house and garden that is beautiful, new, energetically supportive to me and my family. It's not so hard. Teresa put it's not so hard in the next sentence. Leave your intention where it is. The it's not so hard is not part of your intention. It is your ignition key to the intention. So put it separately. Pat says, can we prepare a turbo water with it's not so hard? No, my darling. I'm so happy you've asked. I love that you've asked, but don't use it for turbocharging. Sally says, I choose to visit Kawai. Have I been reading it as Kuwait? I'm so sorry. It's not so hard. Put it's not so hard in the next sentence. We've put a full stop, so it's still acceptable, but you have to put it in the next line. And it says, I choose to move and buy new property that I can afford. It's not so hard. It's not so scary. It's not so unachievable. It's not so unbelievable. It's not so silly. Ever been told your dreams are silly? It'll never happen. It's not so silly. It's not so stupid. It's not so foolish. It's not so frightening. It's not so stuck. It's not so blocked. Use it. Something will come to your mind. Now, the moment you've written this down, by the time you do your rep for tomorrow, one thought will come. But how will it happen? I don't have the support. I don't have the money. Where will it come from? I don't know where it will come from. Then you will write down, it is not so unbelievable. It is not so untrustable. So Pat has said, my mother would always say, don't be silly. So whatever dreams and desires you have, one part of you will mock it. So say, it's not so silly. It's not so foolish. It's not so insane. Very nice. Yes, Alison. And Anki says, makes me think how conditioned we are as humans to fear everything. We are. But we were taught fear. We were taught fear so that we could live longer. Fear was very important because as human beings, when we began to evolve, we didn't know how to handle the dinosaurs, the saber-tooth. We didn't know how to handle fire. We didn't know how to handle the cold and the rain and the thunder and the lightning. We didn't know how to handle snakes. We didn't know how to handle anything. It was just easier to say, stay at home. Don't go anywhere. Don't do anything. It was just easier. So the tribal survival programs that we all have are based and rooted in fear. Our reptilian brain is rooted in fear. Shobha says, I trust the universe. Yogita says, I choose to buy my spacious, auspicious, luxurious house. And in the next line, it's not so hard. Yeah. And write it down in your book. You will feel so good. And you will see, my darlings, how you are empowering yourself. As you are saying it's not so hard or writing it's not so hard, you will feel the fuel in the body, not in the head. You will feel the fuel in the body. And that is how you know it's going to happen. When it will happen depends on how you are able to translate it into actionable steps, which is what goals are, but it's going to happen. Can you feel the fuel building up? And it will be building up in this area only, in the area between the chest and little below the belly button. But you'll have a sense of the fuel. Are you feeling fueled? Is everybody feeling fueled? Teresa says, is this type decree only for ourselves? Can it be used for greater good issues like gun control? It can be, but I always recommend not trying to play God. Even if it's a forest fire in California, even if it's terrorism in another state, even if it is, by all means, pray for a happier world. By all means, send compassion, healing to everybody who's suffering. But wanting to be in charge of how a city should be, or a group of people should be, or how nature should be, it is not encouraged in decree work. And you can also ask yourself, break it down to the desire, Teresa. Why do you want to do it for gun control? Why do I want to abolish gun control? And Karen says, totally fueled up. And Yogita is fueled up, Pat is fueled up, Nishi is fueled up, Namrata is fueled up, Asha is fueled up, and Karen is fueled up. I think I took Karen's name twice. So Karen, you are now doubly fueled up, which is fantastic, my darlings. And so we come to the end of our setting intentions, the decrees way. What is your 3 cakewalk steps? First of all, which is not part of your steps, but you must know that it is your intention. You must know your desire, because your desire and your intention is your why. Your why will remind you why you've got to get up, put on your shoes, and go for that walk. When you're not in touch with your why and you're only doing it in your head because you're judging the body, you're judging the bank balance, you're judging your house, you're judging your life, well, it will take longer and there will be lesser joy and accomplishment. But when you know, I want this because, you will be reminded every day that you have to, not have to, I'm so sorry, that you would love to have this in your life more and more and more and more, and you will see that more and more and more and more is showing up. And with that, my darlings, I remind you again, tomorrow our work, all our intentions around our bellies, around our bodies, you've got to join in for tomorrow's call, see the magic of the decrees that happens then. We will work out on the call itself. You will move away from the call feeling 100,000 times better. We're also going to use a little bit of the it's not so hard, and you will see how we're doing it for the body. So 9:30 p.m. tomorrow, my darlings, I'm going to share the link with everybody on either on our replay or in tomorrow morning's email. So come along, but this was great fun. Enjoy your intentions, fill your notebook. Big love, big hug, drink lots of water. Namaste from India.